ATM's parliamentary leader, Vuyo Zungula, whose party was, by the way, of course, Mfundo and Ayanda, integral to the proceedings here and was one of the parties to the proceedings. Vuyo, a victorious day for you by any measure. How are you feeling? Are you feeling vindicated?
Definitely feeling vindicated. However, we do want to say this victory belongs to the people of South Africa because it is the people that need to be protected from Parliament taking wrong decisions, Parliament taking unlawful decisions, and the people that are occupying the most powerful office not being held accountable. This is not just a case of EFF and ATM versus Mr. Ramaphosa, but it is about our democratic order in our country whereby rule of law is supreme and each and everyone, especially the ones that are in power, are held accountable.
Yeah. So, I mean, you must have had a plan of what happens once this case has been fully ventilated, whatever the permutations of what the order was going to be. The order is now, it's remitted back to Parliament to refer the independent panel report to an impeachment committee. What's your thinking around the composition thereof, how soon it should get underway, and how it should conduct its business?
The issue of Phala has been in the public domain since 2022, over 4 years. Therefore, we can't afford to take up more time. It needs to be really scrutinized as soon as possible because the issue of abuse of state resources and abuse of power in 2020 already. The questions that we could ask, what other things might have been done by the president which might not have gotten to the public? Because if other phrases that did not go to public about this issue would not be sitting here. So we sit here with a tainted president who, in this particular report, it paints a picture of serious violation to the Constitution, serious misconduct. So definitely, we must act with urgency because that is what the people expect of us now.
Lastly, let me ask you about Parliament and its standing. This is the latest in a series of judgments that in one way or another find that Parliament didn't travel along the correct tram lines as far as its role in holding the executive to account. It seems as if with each of these, you have to mine out a ton of ore to actually get to the crux of the matter, as you've done in this particular case. What do we say about Parliament and how it conducts within the frameworks of the Constitution, of course, to determine its own rules and conduct, but not each and every time, but in these instances where we see that, for instance, in making these rules, they acted in a manner that is invalid constitutionally. How do we remedy that such that we fix it permanently, such that you don't need to mine out a ton of ore to get outcomes such as these?
The issue of abuse of the majority, I think that is a critical issue here because pre this particular parliament, the ANC had a majority and they were using that majority to shield the executive accountable. They did not start with this Phala issue. They had, other instances, even pre-Ramaphosa. Now, the issue here is that what needs to be tested now, is it only an ANC issue or is it generally a party issue in parliament? Because if it happens that the DA also, with their numbers in parliament, they also join in the chorus whereby they protect wrongdoing. Because we've seen them in the past whereby they were complaining that the cabinet is bloated, but when they're in cabinet, they do not have complaints. So in this particular issue, when their own president, because it's their president in the GNU, is found to have committed a violation to the Constitution, this process will then ascertain whether the DA and the ANC are part and parcel of the same, sack when it comes to protecting wrongdoing, or we've got other parties that are truly pro-constitution, because remember they were saying that they are pro-constitution born, but this is the true test whether they are really pro-constitution or they were just playing.
Please subscribe. Bye for now till we meet again next time. Subscribe.